Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Under Hood Show presented by Melhome Ford. My name is Phil Nightingale and Josh Profit. Morning, Josh.
Good morning.
Beautiful Saturday morning out there in Cake Land, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, hey, it's a call-in show, 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries. And we got some tire stuff to talk about today for sure.
There is a lot of that going on right now, I will tell you.
So, hey, good morning, Delbert. How's everything down in Oklahoma?
He's here today. Well, does he mean here or does he mean
I
here?
think he means here on the show.
Oh, okay.
Because we just serviced these cars a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
So anyway, hey, it's a call-in show, 316-462-3673. That's anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, and anything you don't have any question about. If you want to talk about anything in the automobile world, racing, I don't care. We'll take your call and get you a great price package, valued, and we still have not yet to revalue that price package. But we're still telling the truth. It is over
yeah.
$130, but we've been saying that for quite a few years, Josh.
Well, and my biggest thing with that too is I don't know, just the value on the multi-point inspection. So it's a prize package at $1 million. It's $1 million prize package. Yes.
That's exactly right. So as always, what's in that package for each and every caller, Josh?
So we're going to send it out to you. It'll be the works, which is an oil change and tire rotation. We use Motorcraft oil and filter products here at Mel Hamilton Ford. While we're completing that, we're also going to complete a multi-point inspection on your vehicle, checking over the brakes, tires, steering, suspension, all the safety-related components on that vehicle. You'll also receive yourself $10 to Mel's Diner, so you can get yourself something to eat and drink while you're here with us at the big corner. Complete nitrogen for your tires, so you get all the great benefits that nitrogen has to offer. And then a BG products package, which consists of a can of 44K for your fuel system, and then a can of MOA for your engine oil. Again, just getting that car geared up and ready to go for that next 5,000 miles of driving. So,
all right, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Doing
good.
Doing good unless you watch my Bronco video. Sorry, Delbert, I have not watched. I guess we're going to have to go over to, God, it's live. I know. What's his YouTube channel? I can't think of it. Something live. Delbert,
I want to say All Things Live or something like that.
All Things Change.
Everything's changing.
Everything's changing.
Everything's changing.
So, anyway, Josh Tires. We got a huge tire sale going on. And, it's like a used tire lot over there too quickly.
Our, we've got to dispose of the old tires, and we've got we do a lot of tires just in generally, without the tire sales going on. Yeah, everything's changes 23.
Everything changes at 23. Everything changes
23. Yeah.
I got to get my eyes fixed, John. I still can't read that. That S looked like an at.
But we generally do quite a bit of tires on a normal basis, but it is I would say on steroids for sure. So we've got a tire disposal company that comes around and picks up our tires, and typically they're every day, every other day, and he's hauling truckloads out of here, and he's coming about 3 times a day now. So it's
anyway, we've got a buy 3 get the fourth one for $1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great sale. It's the thing that's really great about this. And everybody, if you go into a tire store, they're going to offer you 3, maybe 4 brands of tires. We can offer you 17. So whatever tire you might like or whatever, we can help you with that. And I got glasses on, Delbert, but I probably need some stronger ones. I think probably needs to be getting beat around quite a bit all over.
We'll blame it on the scratches on the lens. How about that? From that working too hard with them. That's what
dropping them on the ground.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, 17 different brands of tires that we can fit for you to help you put the right tire on your car and truck. And it's just, Josh, we talked about it last week about how these cars come in and they got the wrong type of tire on their car or the wrong load rating or whatever it might be, and how it changes the ride and all that kind of stuff. So you got to be careful. Back in my day, you had a G60 15 and about 2 other sizes, about all you had. And now today we've got everything from a 15 to a 24. And all different circumferences, all different widths, all different load ratings, all different speed ratings. There's so many different things to be there for crazy. So,
I had a little bit of an experience with that this week. Coincidentally, tire sales going on, and I'm by all means, I am not picking on anybody or any of the competitor or anything like that. But I one evening. So my wife, she hadn't been feeling the greatest or whatever, and my oldest come home from school, and as a school project, he needed some supplies. It was like a foam paper or something. I was like, I don't have any idea where to even go get that. And he's like, oh, they got it at Walmart. I was like, okay, well, send me what you want, and I'll go get it after work. And so I don't remember even what day it was. So I went by, and again, not picking on Walmart or anything, but
I already know where I'm headed.
I go there, and I'm thinking, it's right after it's 6 o'clock. The place is, I'm sure, just packed. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to sneak in the backside in the automotive door, and I think whatever I'll need will be really close to that deal. And so I go in there, and I find what I need. And I'm not a Walmart person. I just don't go to Walmart, Target, that much at all. And so I get the stuff, and I'm headed. I think, okay, well, I'll check out in the automotive section because it'll be quicker and I won't have to go up to the front of the store. And so I go back there, and there was a guy there that was working there, and he's trying to help this lady pick a tire out. And I just had to bite my tongue so many times during the conversation. And not to knock that, it was just an education. He just was not educated on what he was doing, and it wasn't his fault. He was trying to help her to the best of his ability, and with between the lack of education, but then also the lack of product that he had to offer her. The whole time I'm thinking, I just couldn't believe it, in disbelief of how that transaction, went down. And it also made me grateful for what we have to offer our customers. And to know that when somebody leaves here, the options that they're given, the product that's available to them, that they're leaving with the right product, right?
Well, and I'll go back, and I don't know if it's still this way because I haven't been heavily deep involved in tire sales anymore. But like I was before, different manufacturer would sell different tires to Walmart and those discount houses than what we could even get. And for an example, it would be like back then we had the Michelin, I want to say XLT tire. Well, Walmart, you would get a YLT or something like that. It wasn't the same exact tire, and it was a cheaper tire.
Sure.
Because I'm sure what it amounts to is the Walmart, is just price and other suppliers, and they beat the heck out of their suppliers to get cheap. So the tire manufacturers just went out and built a cheaper tire. I fought that a lot back in the days of that. So I don't know if they're still doing that same kind of a situation with tires or not from that point. But again, just to have the availability, to have the right tire, but then again, to have the training on how to sell the right tire.
Well, and I even thought, all the way through that process, because it was the same person mounting the tire on the car, putting, balancing the tire on the car. And like, I just think, okay, if you're going to, lack of education, lack of experience, if it's that much on the knowledge of the tire, like what is it like on the other side of the brick wall, where
think you got balanced right,
where the rubber hits the road, right?
Think bead got tore maybe with putting on,
and again, no disrespect, it's just like, how does that experience work, and so it just made me grateful for our environment and what we have to offer, and also the emphasis that we put in to training, and to make sure that the person that you're talking to at point of sale is as knowledgeable as the person that's actually performing the repairs, as well as the parts personnel that's getting that part and pulling it off the shelf and making sure that it's ready to go. And it takes a team. It really does take a team to make this happen, for sure.
Exactly. Hey, it's Call-In Show, 316-462-3673. Love to talk to you about anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, whatever it might be. We'd love to hear from you. Jeff, good morning. It has been a minute since I see you on here. Old Power Boost has got 10K on it. So the old F-150 rolling over pretty good. Yeah, Delbert, I've probably got more scratches than probably what I need a tissue for, but that's okay. I don't know if do we got any 13-inch tires in there, Josh? He wants to know
so probably we do have some golf cart tires in stock and I guess go-karts. So yes, we would have 13-inch in a Hoosier.
That's probably right. Yeah.
That's not gonna make the buy 3 get 1 free tire sale, and
No.
you're not gonna put that on your
And you
Prius.
the racers that are calling in too want to know if they get
Oh
the buy 3 get 1 for $1. Not on the Hoosier lineup. No, thank you.
Yeah,
Hoosiers not participating. How about that? Hey, we got a caller coming in, Josh.
Okay, we'll get them.
It's Delbert. We're going to see what's on Delbert's mind. He's going to rub my glasses in. So we'll get Delbert patched in here in just a second too. So again, talking about our tire sale. And how long does it go through to the end of the month?
Yep. So we're from now to the end of the month is how long this tire sale tool will last. And when it's gone, it's gone. So by all means, take advantage of it while it's here for sure. So, hey, let's go to the phones and talk to Delbert. Delbert, good morning. You're on live with Under the Hood.
Well, good morning, guys. What's going on?
Just
having a good old time. Yeah, just having a good old time. What are you doing, Delbert? What's happening down in Oklahoma?
Oh, it looks cloudy and going to rain today, maybe. Who knows?
Well, it rained here this morning. It looked like it was headed your direction.
Yeah, probably this afternoon, I think. But yeah, it's all good. So yeah, my video, you'll enjoy it.
Give us the gist of the video. What happened?
Yeah, give us the trailer to it. How about that?
The trailer. Well, big rocks and Bronco Sports don't mix.
Big rocks.
Big rocks.
So like a boulder?
Yes.
Were you rock crawling your Bronco Sport?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Now, was it on purpose or accident?
There we go.
So maybe
let's have a little more details, Delbert. How about that?
Maybe you need glasses too?
I had here's the deal. I did get new glasses. They put a prism in there, and I've been trying for the last 2 months to try to get those glasses to work for me, and they just not. So I got my old glasses on. I'm going to go this morning and see if they'll make me a pair of these new glasses with just the regular script without the prism. If they do that, then great. If not, I'm going to be stuck with my old glasses till next year when I can get new glasses again.
When you get different ones, yeah.
Well, anyway, so is the Bronco Sport okay? That's my question. Is it okay?
It is now. I had to do some corrections.
Some corrections
over there.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to have the show. We're going to have to go to your YouTube channel. Everything Changes 23 and go see what you've got up there. Because it's on the YouTube channel, right?
It is, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's
right.
my second from the last video. So,
okay. Well, we'll have to get over there and check it out.
You're going to give yourself at least 15 minutes to check it out. It's long. It's that long.
That's right. I got a 3-hour drive here this afternoon, so it'll be giving me plenty of time to watch it. Okay, so.
You going to use the Blue Cruise?
No.
Watch the video?
The old race rig does not have Blue Cruise on it.
Yeah, they haven't made it to the 450 yet.
You need to fix that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It won't be long.
Yeah, it won't be long before they got it figured out.
Yeah.
But, when you're pulling 20,000 pounds down the highway, it's kind of tough.
Probably ought to pay attention. It is your responsibility at that point to pay attention.
Yeah, think about how many times he told me put my eyes back up on the road.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've had a couple of people here locally buy some tires. Susan, my daughter, one of them, she had to buy from local because their Continentals were wearing out at 40. No, I forget how many miles, almost 50,000 miles.
Well,
So
I can't.
Came with Continental brand.
I can't really think of a model line right now that from a factory tire that you wouldn't get, at least 35,000 miles out of if it was properly maintained or taken care of. Now, with the exception of maybe a high performance, Mustang or something like that. But I think back years ago on a factory tire, that a vehicle
20, 30,000,
you get 10, 20, 30,000 on it. And
shoot, back in when I first started mountain tires, we were laughing about that too, because I was down at Quick Lane the other night and we're talking about tire machines and all that kind of stuff, and the old handheld machines that I would use with first versus pneumatic machines we have today, and and all that kind of stuff. But back when I first started, it was 10,000 miles on a set of tires.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
And
That's all you get.
Yeah.
not only that, that tire we wore out, but the number of tires that had an issue, like a belt break or chunk out, or like the amount of defect issues that you would see on those tires,
crazy,
was extremely high, right?
Yeah.
The 10,000-mile tires, weren't those the bias tires?
They were bias ply tires. And, I know I said this on the show before. I remember when they first come out with the radials, they had a fiberglass radial, the first one that come out. And, that's
I remember those. Yeah.
That's when the sidewall started bowing on it. I mean, we were going to Colorado with my dad. My dad always had to have the latest, greatest tire in his car. So we had a set of those on our 73 Buick Estate wagon, white with wood on the sides, cruising out to Colorado. And they stopped us probably 4 times. They thought we had a tire going down.
Oh, because of the
bulge. The only time Phil had a Woody.
Yeah. Then they went to the steel belted radial, and everybody freaked out about that one too, because they thought it was going to rust and corrode and all that kind of stuff too. That was the big freak out when the steel belts came out.
Well, and I can think too, a tire dry rotting, right, or cracking out and stuff like that. And I mean, it was more common than it is now, and not that you don't see it now. It's just typically you see, because of the longevity of some of these tires, that'll go 70, 80, 90,000 miles, before they're out of tread. And then you see them on somebody that doesn't drive near as much, or it's way over by the DOT date before, the tire is actually worn down. And that's another thing that I don't think people really think of a lot.
Well, I'm going to tell you, back then, we didn't worry about a DOT date. Because we wore them out way before the DOT. Now, today, that's not true. That's a whole different ball game now with that DOT.
Well, and we can, as far as vehicles that we see on trade and stuff like that, that's a 7-8 year old vehicle, that the tire is still got, 50% of tread. But then my thing is, and just, again, being in the industry, and part of it is, you think, man, that there's plenty of life on that tire, that tread looks okay. And you go drive the vehicle and you put a new set of tires on it, and you go drive it again, and it's night and day difference on how the vehicle handles and rides. And it just makes a huge difference on that fresh rubber on that car.
100%. 100% how much better they drive and stuff too, with different rubbers and stuff. But it's just amazing how much the technology changed, let alone, we talk about tire machines. Look at our tire machine we have back there now. The machine, you hardly touch a tire anymore, mounting them up and stuff too. It's amazing. But also, I know the dollar amounts a lot.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. So got went to a Ford meeting in regards to mobile service this week. Chance to be able to do that. And one of the things that they were trying to get ideas on, or from both a consumer and dealer, is, can you make a mobile tire van work, to somebody that just goes around and mounts and mounts tires. And my thing with it was that to the consumer is, one, like, okay, yeah, you save time, but if you're putting tires on, you really need to be doing alignment,
right?
Especially with the expense of what these tires are now. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't be doing an alignment when you put the tires on. So the inability to do that. But then the other point that I brought up is that, okay, the balancer is a precision piece of equipment, right? And so as it's in the back of that van, driving around from
bumps,
from site to site,
it every day,
stuff like that, I was like, it needs to be calibrated. But then, is the van parked on a level surface? Is it off one way or the other? And all that stuff, it may not make a world of difference, but it is going to make difference. And over long term of a $1,000 set of tires, like, it's not what's right for the customer.
Well,
right?
That tire, when it's new, it's still curing out and everything else like that. And the first 10% of wear is the fastest part of the wear of the tire. So if your alignment is off just a little bit of that tire scrubbing down the road, it's going to scrub off that much faster, that first 10%. You're right, Josh. It's just a good idea to have that alignment done as you put a set of tires on.
So I can't totally disagree with that, but don't you guys check it before you actually do the alignment to see where it's at, and then take a snapshot of that for the customer?
Correct. Yeah.
The difference is,
Yeah.
Del-
And that's after you put the tires on, right?
it's before. When you drive in our quick lane, we have,
Before? Okay, you drive through the okay.
but that's a quick check too. It's
Yeah.
not an exact. It's just a way to give us an idea. Hey, do we need to put on a machine or don't we? Kind of a situation. But I'm still saying that machine's pretty accurate, but also doesn't get your caster checked for sure. All it's checking is
Yeah.
your toe. If the camera is off a little bit, it's probably going to affect the toe, so it'll change that a little bit too. But it's definitely, if that machine says, "Hey, we need to look at it," you definitely know we better put it on that alignment machine. But I would still, irregardless whether that machine said it was good or not, I would still want the heads put on a brand new set of tires just to double check it.
The other side of that is on the alignment side of things is, a lot of people don't understand is that, there's a range, right? When that manufacturer puts that vehicle out, there's a range of what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. But also within that range, there's dependent upon your driving habits and what you're doing and how you're operating the vehicle is going to make a difference too. And where I'm going with that is I think we've got into situations where you get these higher performance cars that there's all sorts of camber in these cars for handling purposes, but the individual that has the vehicle just doesn't perform the car that way, right? And so
Yep.
it wears kind of an inside edge of a tire or an outside edge of a tire because they want those tires tilted in for better performance, but yet that's not the way the individuals operate in that vehicle. And so we can kind of adjust that accordingly to how you operate that vehicle to make that tire wear accordingly.
Well, and like you said, Josh, I'm on all kinds of different forums and stuff like that, and I happen to be on a Mustang forum, on a GT500 forum I'm on, and it's amazing what people are putting on there, asking questions and trying to get things figured out. And a guy put up there an alignment machine, and it's off a Hunter alignment machine because the chart's just like ours, and it's all green.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he's still complaining of a pull, and even though it's all green, it's still, that alignment was so screwed up, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was so far off. You have to have more camera on the left and the right, but you got to have more caster on the right than you do the left. And even though it can all be green, them numbers still got to be the same coming across there to make that alignment
You're
work
split
correctly.
between them.
So that's what he's putting up here. He says, I don't understand. It's all green, but my car's still pulling to the left. I mean, the alignment was so jacked up, it was crazy. So if you don't know what you're doing with that alignment and stuff and don't have a quality of machine that's going to measure that thing accurately, it's not going to work. So I need to back up a couple questions here. Jeff Daniel asked about Blue Cruise on 250s. No, there is no Blue Cruise on 250s, period, on any of them yet. I do believe it's coming from that part, and I do believe on the F-150s we'll get it to where the Blue Cruise will work with towing. Right now, the towing is not available with Blue Cruise on an F-150, but I think it's coming. So
wouldn't think that it'd be.
That would be so cool when it does.
Yeah, trust me.
The one thing, and I mean this for a couple of different reasons on Blue Cruise is they need to expand the area. So like I don't understand why 96 highway is not.
I still haven't figured that out either.
Is not done, and maybe it's just the matter of focusing on more interstates than highways. So I'll let that one go because I'm sure it's just a matter of time before it'll be there. But the other thing is that Blue Cruise stops, I think it's 81.
Yeah.
And there are legit roadways out there that, now I understand from their perspective is okay, the reaction time can only get so fast and, maybe it's a matter of calibration, but there are instances where you would be able to there's roads down in Oklahoma that I think are, 75, 80 mile an hour. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Southern Oklahoma past Falls Valley is 80.
Yeah.
Down towards Dallas.
And so, I think that's another thing that they need to kind of work on or improve. And it's just a matter of time, I'm sure. And they'll have that up and going too. So,
yeah. And you know how it is if your speed limit's 80, you're doing 90.
Right? No, just 9 over. Just 9 over, Delbert. Just 9 over. You're fine.
9, you're fine. 10,
you're fine. 9
just 9 over. So, yeah, I know. I've kind of told.
Okay, well, I got my questions answered. Thank you so much. I want to give others a chance to call in. So call into the show, folks. It's 316-462-3673. Don't forget to call them. And then if you're on the YouTube channel, then a Mel Hamilton Ford. What's the other ones, guys? The racing, Mel Hamilton Racing, and Phil's channel. And
Salt City.
Get out there and like, subscribe, and share it all out so you can get over 1,000 views start making a little bit of revenue off this channel.
Yeah.
So
And
if you go to
Delbert,
my channel, like, share, subscribe, Everything Changes 23. And I am done with you guys.
We'll have to get out there and check out your Bronco deal. I'm excited to see what the deal is.
I'm getting in the race rig about 1 o'clock. So Delbert, I'm going to have your channel on. I'm going to see if Nick will drive and I can watch your channel. So see how that works. So Delbert, thanks
and
for
then
calling.
you guys can switch to that Nick watch.
Yeah. Anyway, Delbert,
Y'all
thanks
can laugh at me later. It's all good.
We all get to laugh at each other some point in time. You know it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have a good day,
All right,
Delbert.
guys.
Thanks
Have
for
a
calling in,
great
buddy.
day.
All right,
You bet. Thomas McGinn calling in from Penrose, Colorado. Thomas, how are you, buddy? Hey, Dylan, I know you got a lot of things coming across there on the chat line and stuff too about Lime. Agree with all your stuff there too, Dylan. Yes, we are hiring all aspects of this dealership. So anyway, like Gilbert says, let's get the phones ringing 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything on that part. But once again, value the package over $130. Anyway, so again, we're talking a lot of different things from Blue Cruise to tires to alignments. So anything you want to talk about, it would be great to talk about. So Thomas McGinn, all the way from Penrose, Colorado. What's going on in Penrose, Thomas? Anything exciting out there today? Anyway, Josh, so what else is happening in the service department? I know it's all about tires right now, but we still got.
Yeah, it is all about tires. With an addition to that, they're also running a rebate on the Works package as well, and that's something that we don't do a good enough job of explaining. But if there's a $20 mail-in rebate on the Works package, which to think $64.95 already, and then to get $20
I'm going to
back
throw that
on
back.
that.
Let's go back and throw that out for a minute. Okay, so I worked for my dad when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
All until I graduated high school. And I graduated high school in 82. And I remember, let's think about this for just a second. His oil back then, the oil change again was the same scenario. We didn't call it a multi-point, but we had the 5 quarts of oil, a filter, grease the hell. Grease.
Yeah.
It was under cars back then. And did the same package. And I still remember my dad talking about that too. Wouldn't it be, you just got to get the car up 3 times a year, 4 times a year, not somebody looking over. Back then, we had so many more failures of things that we don't have today. And leaks and shocks and brakes and all that stuff used to wear out so much faster and everything else too. But that oil change back in 82 was $20. So now we're $64.
Well,
okay.
And think about inflation on
that's what I'm saying.
A freaking
it's really
gallon of milk or a carton of eggs or something like that.
And now we're throwing a rebate out there. How much?
Yeah, $20. Yeah,
$20. So now we're down to 44.
$64.95 to the $44.95 after the rebate. But you talk about all the different things you did maintenance wise. We happen to have right now on the showroom several older Model A vehicles. And the other day I was up there just walking around it and looking under the hood and all that stuff, and it just blows me away where it came from. I mean, I'm looking at the spark plugs on it and how big they are, and then the little it's literally just a copper strip, and it's on the distributor of it, it's just like slid on there. I mean, how the thing run reliably or anything. I mean, I just everybody had to be a mechanic when you had a car.
Back then, the several salespeople have come and got me saying, "Hey, what is this? What's that? I don't understand this, everything." And you really stand back and you look at that one motor, the one that's got the hood up. It's the one closest to the showroom on the outside there, and it's got an updraft carburetor. And you really look at that. That is so bad at how it could work to flow air into that motor and get it out of there. I mean, it's having to suck the fuel up and down into the cylinder head, and how unproductive that is.
What blew me away, the cooling fan on it. It's literally like, it looks like a mini propeller off of a plane. It's just a two-bladed deal.
And they wondered why they overheated.
Well, yeah, and I'm thinking, I don't know. And then like the terrain that they were driving those things over, like I just can't imagine the dirt and dust
muddy
and
roads
stuff that they're driving into. And
think about tire failure. That's why they had 2 spares on them.
I mean, it is mind-boggling to me. And I mean, everybody had to have some sort of mechanical ability.
Just had to. And then I didn't get to drive the first one we brought in, the first 31, but the one that you brought over in, it's got an actual on the steering column. Just so everybody knows, you could adjust the throttle.
The timing, right?
Yeah, with one lever, and then the timing with the other. And I remember years ago I played with that, but I kind of forgot about it. So I took that one back to the detail shop to get it cleaned up and everything. And so I just put it in no first gear, kind of, and that throttle is like cruise control, is what it is.
Yeah.
And then the timing deal. I mean, you could take that thing and take that timing down and bring it back up, and you could increase that thing 10 mile an hour just by adjusting the timing. So now we think about it where they were doing the same thing we got a computer doing today.
It's a little more accurate today, but yeah,
just a little bit.
That blows me away. And I think too of let's take pretty much any high schooler and try and put them in a car like that and say, hey, go down here and go grab a gallon of milk and bring it back.
This
right?
Is how stupid this was. I knew the push button was on the floor.
Yeah, next to the gas pedal.
I got the key from Kent to go get it out there, and I went out there. And I come back in and said, Ken, it's deader in the door now. It won't crank over. So I think, hey, just let it set or whatever. Well, he just drove it up here. I said, I know, but I bet the battery's bad or whatever. Comes back and Kent call, hey, we've got to start it. And I said, okay, what's wrong? Nothing. I was pushing the damn accelerator.
Yeah.
Because it's just a deal sticking. The push button was clear up inside the firewall on that one. I was pushing the goddamn accelerator. But anyway, so yeah, it started right up off the way we went. So
yeah, it's definitely different, and I think, go from there. And how about the brakes on that thing? How well do they stop that car?
That thing is a 6-inch travel before I got it.
Before you get any,
you got to be ready.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is, I believe it's a 3-speed on the floor, and trying to figure out exactly where reverse was at and where first was at, and there's no diagram on that page.
What gear is where?
Yeah.
But also back then it was stamped out. Every one of them was the same, right? They went down the assembly line or drove the same or rode the same, or I don't know.
Yeah. So
very, very cool for sure.
Well, anyway, 316-462-3673. Tim Daniel says, how about the advances in oil? Man, I guess that's no kidding. I remember we were so excited when we came out with the CC rated oils, how much better that was. And what are we up to now? I know it's the last time I checked was SJ.
I think, I was going to say J.
Yeah, so it's crazy how much better, you're right, how much better these oils are than what we had today. But that's also why we can go a little bit longer on oil changes too. Of course, the filters. I remember the old cartridge type filters.
Yep.
Screw that off there, clean it all out, put another cartridge in it, stick it on there. If you didn't get it on just right, boy, you'd have an oil mess.
It's really just a bunch of cardboard. Up,
that's all it was.
Like in
remember, I don't know if you was on the show the time when the guy called in and we were talking about different oil filters and stuff like that, and he told how he uses roll the toilet paper.
Oh,
stuff the toilet paper in there for his oil filter.
That would, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's probably not a good idea. All right, 316-462-3673. We need some callers here to get off the get a different
off the toilet paper.
Yeah, I remember that quite. We were on the showroom, and that guy called in. And that's what he was talking.
I think it was one of our race events or something.
It might have been something like that. Why we was on the showroom, I don't know, but we were on the showroom there too.
So
were you on that show?
I'm pretty sure I remember it. But so how about Salt City? We can maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, dang Mother Nature! I tell you, it killed us over there. Nick and I went over Wednesday morning, and we needed to be on the racetrack because the fair just got done with their situation. They got everything out of the way for us in a timely manner. Did a good job for us there. We needed to get a grader on it. It was so wet. There was no way we were going to ever get a grader on that thing. There was still standing water. Some parts of the pits were underwater. So we said, okay, look, if we don't get any more rain and we can get on this track Thursday morning, we'll be okay. And Wednesday night, it dumped another 1.5 inches on us, and there was just absolutely no way we could get that race in. I hated it because it's the same race last year, Josh, that rained out.
Yeah,
it was our championship night. We've not been able to have. We had some good plans how we was going to kick off the championship nights and what we're going to do with the drivers and all kinds of good stuff. And now we can't. It's heartbreaking for those drivers. But again, congratulations to the points winners and the guys that got the top 10 in points over there. I just wish we could have raced it again, but we're going to readjust the schedule next year on some of this to try to get around that too, that part, so we can have another date possibly if this happens. And again, we can't have any more because IMCA points runs out at the end of September. Can't put any more points out there either. So anyway, Salt City, we got one It's hard to believe we're already over the season. We only got 2 more nights to go. October 10th and 11th, an ASCS 360 race. We've had those guys back there in May, and they put on a great show. So now we're going to have a 2-day event with those guys. Excited for that too. Also, we're going to put on a 2-day stock car race, and that's going to be a blast. We're going to come out and have some heat races and have 2 15-lap qualifiers on Friday night, and then we're going to have a last chance qualifier on Saturday for the stock cars and have a 25-lap feature. That might drop to a 20-lap feature depending on what ASCS needs. We need to have the track, not use the track up for the ASCS guys and have a good track for those guys. So it might turn into be a 20-lap feature for the stock cars. But the stock cars have been just our best class over there this year. They've always got at least 20 cars for us, and so we want to reward those guys with a 2-day stock car race on top of that. So I think they're all pumped and excited. I would love to put some A-mods out there, even an open A-mod class too. But it's just got to make sure we want to reward the stock cars. That's what it amounts to. Those guys they've showed up every week for us and put on a great show for us. And,
Sure.
You modified guys, we're going to do some different things next year and stuff like that too, from that part. So
It's hard to believe that the season.
that's what I'm saying. 2 more nights is all we got left. It seems like we just got started too. But Salt City's been great this year. Can't thank everybody enough for helping, participating, and everything else too from that part. So get your tickets, get your things ready to go for October 10th and 11th. It'll be a fun time. And we've had 305 sprint cars over there quite a bit with the Rebel late models and Rebel sprint cars. And I forgot how much difference a 360 is from a 305. I mean, the RPM, the noise, and everything else like that too. So if you've seen our 305s and you didn't make the May show when the 360s were there, you need to come back. So those 360s, they put on a heck of a show. It's going to be a blast. And from that part too. So then November 1st is going to be our awards banquet at the 1861 Club. They're inside the fairgrounds. So can't believe we kicked off year 2 already.
It's crazy.
Isn't it?
Yeah, crazy to think that for sure.
So-
This year just definitely seemed like it's flown by. As far as weather, though, you were able to have pretty
Knock
much.
on wood.
Yeah.
We've had some great weather all the way through. Can't complain about one rain out especially for how much rain all
Yeah.
these other racetracks have had
and for
throughout the area and
summer,
stuff.
yeah, how much we've
been-
had for
and
sure.
everything else. I know we need the water, but I keep telling everybody, just let it rain every day except Friday and Saturday. And so all these racetracks can get their racing in and stuff too, from that part. So anyway, what else is on the agenda, Josh?
Well, again, the buy 3 get 1 free, or 4th tire for $1. Sorry about that. Definitely take advantage of that. That ends on the end of September. So, but it is something that trying to do that is by appointment as much as possible, so we can get customers taken care of, and also make sure that we have what tire that you're after. So by all means, please, if that's something you're going to take advantage of, the sooner we have notice on that, that'd be great for sure. And then the $20 rebate on the works, which again, that's crazy. I don't think you can go. I was going to check out the other day when I was up there what like that Motorcraft oil and filter would be, just cost
curiosity.
wise,
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that I don't think you could do it for the $44.95 for sure. So to do that, to not have to worry about the oil and stuff like that is absolutely crazy. But then again, just having that multi-point inspection done by somebody that knows what they're looking for or looking at to make sure that car's safe and ready to go, I think is definitely huge and important for sure. So
anyway, Team 3J is headed to Waukene at 1:00. We'll go out and race the late model out there. Also, if you don't want to drive 3 hours, I get that. I really don't want to either, but it's a points race, so we're going to go. 81 Speedway is having the Heartland Modified Tours out there tonight, so if you want to see some great racing out there, head out to 81 Speedway. Should be a great show. They had a good show last night out at Lakeside, and I made it to the heat races, and that's about all I could last. I was in bed after that. I fell asleep a little bit too, so check out the Heartland Modifieds out at 81 Speedway tonight. I'm sure JR and Katie and John Allen are going to have a great show for those guys out there tonight. And that Heartland Modified Tour is probably the fastest and best growing modified circuit out there right now.
Yep.
Around the country. So jump out to 81 Speedway, check that out, or jump on Racing Dirt and watch all the fun, exciting stuff there too. So
bring it to your living room, right?
there you go. There you go. Anyway, everybody have a great Saturday, and everybody stay dry and safe, and don't forget to get your tires to the end of the month. Buy 3, get 1, with the 4th one for $1. And everybody have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you Wednesday on Salt City Live with the next update there. And then again, we'll see you next Saturday morning here under the Hood Show. Everybody have a great Saturday. Talk to you soon.